take place, and the second thing, the branches and leaves and buds, they come out of these node part of, right? In the same time, look, why we call that this potato is a stem? Like, it do not look like a stem, but still we call that potato is a stem. So why we call that this is a stem? The reason behind it that we call it that this is the stem. The reason behind it that the potato have this kind of the structure, right? And there are certain, these are the eye, right? So basically, the eyes are the representation, not representation. Actually, eyes are the node only, right? And the distance between the node is called internode. And you will see that from these eyes, the bud come out, right? So eyes are the part of the node. In the same way, here you can see the node and internodes are found, right? So node and internodes are found, and the internodal length, the length between the two nodes, is increased with the help of the zipper, right? Zebrail was discovered accidentally. Right? How does it discovered? Zebrail was discovered accidentally. How? Uh, there was a scientist, his name was Kurosawa. Just give me just one second. Give me one second. Give me just one second. I'll be. Look, so what I was saying, that there is a node and internode. So internodal length is increased by with the help of internodal length is increased with the help of this one, this hormone, it was discovered by Kurusawa and Hori. So Kurusawa was a farmer, right? Kurusawa saw that there is a disease which is very detrimental for it's a rice production, paddy production, right? So he saw that in the rice field there is a certain kind of the disease, and this disease is spread by a type of the fungus. First, I want to tell you what is that disease. In disease, the rice or the paddy plant were healthy. It was normal, like normal plant. Seedlings were there, but inside that cover, inside that seedling, there was no seed, like no rice, right? So they named this disease foolish seedling disease, right? This one, foolish seedling disease, right, in English. But by the way, this disease is known as the Bakane disease, right, in Japanese. So basically, Kurosawa was Japanese. So in Japan, they call this disease Bakane disease of rice. And in English, we call it foolish seedling disease. This disease is spread by a type of the fungus. The name of the fungus is Zibberella fusocorae, right? So Zibberella fusocorae is a fungus which is responsible for Bakane or foolish seedling disease. And in this fungus, this particular hormone gibberellin was discovered. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
I will dictate it. Please write it down. Japanese farmer, Kurusawa, 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 and Hori, Hori. Kurusawa, Japanese farmer, Kurusawa and Hori discovered Zibberellin in a fungi. Discovered Zibberellin in a fungi named Zibberella, Gibberella, named Zibberella fusicorae, Fujikori, Zibberella fusicorae. Full stop. The same fungus is responsible for the same fungus is responsible for foolish seedling. The same fungus is responsible for foolish seedling or Bakane disease of rice. Now you can see here, right there, the function of zipper. So let's see the functions of zibberellin. In function of zibberellin, you'll see that it is responsible for the growth of stem, leaf, and aerial part. So all those parts which is visible upside the ground, their growth is pushed by this hormone, that is the zibber. The second important thing, which is question for you, this Zibberella fusocorae, it has been asked multiple times, but now it's a very old question. You won't get that question, but bolting is very important. Even the bolting have been asked in many examples. So what is the bolting? So basically, the bolting is the process to increase the height of genetically dwarf. You will see a cabbage. So normally, if you will see the cabbage, what is the height of the cabbage? It may be 6 inch, 9 inch, or maximum at 1 feet, right? Not more than that. So this is a cabbage. If you will cut down this cabbage in like LS, right, lateral section. So if you will cut down the cabbage with the LS lateral section, you will see that these are the leaves, right? There are the internodes, right? Node and internode are present. And what are there? These are the leaves, right? These are the leaves, and there are certain node and internode. So these when you spray the gibberellin, the internodal length will increase, right? So when you increase the height of a genetically dwarf plant, this process is called bolting, right? So you can see the actual picture. The internodal, we have like this was a cabbage. We spray the zibberlin on the cabbage. After some time, you will see the cabbage plant which never become more than 1 feet. It is of 5 feet plant. This is the actual picture of a cabbage, and you'll be amazed. Like you must have never seen this kind of the cabbage. So this process is called bolting. So bolting is process. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Zibberlin is responsible for bolting. Please note it down. Zibberlin is responsible for bolting. Zibberlin is responsible for bolting. Full stop. Bolting is the process of bolting is the process of increasing internodal length, increasing internodal length of a genetically dwarf plant. Full stop. The next point is that it helps to overcome from natural dormancy. Dormancy we discussed last class that dormancy is the deep sleep of any seed. What is that deep sleep? For example, suppose that we have grown a wheat in a field and we have harvested the wheat. We just got the wheat seed. Now, immediately after harvesting, if you saw those seeds, they won't germinate. Why? Because they will sleep for the next 1 or 2 months or 3 months, right? In the next season, they will germinate only in next season. So for next 3 months, they will keep on sleeping. This period of sleeping is called dormancy period, right? And the hormone which is responsible for this dormancy is abscisic acid. We'll discuss this hormone today. So if you want to break down the dormancy, you want this seed to germinate, right, before the dormancy period, right? In that dormancy period, after 1 month, if you want that seed to germinate, soak the seed with the zibberlin, it will grow, right? It will germinate, right? So it is responsible for overcoming of the dormancy of bud, tubers, and seed. It is responsible for flowering in long day plant. If long day plant means those plants which flower in the summertime, if you spray the zibberlin, they will flower. It promote the male flower. This is the important, right? Is it clear? Bolting what is important? Promote the male flower. It is important. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now the next hormone is cytokine. Cytokinase have almost this feature like this. So as the zibberlin was acidic, cytokinase is quite different from zibberlin. It is basic in nature, right? And auxin is responsible for increasing the length of size of this. But here cytokinin is responsible for cell division. If you spray the cytokinin, it will start the cell division, right? The cytokinin was discovered by Spoog and co-worker. Spoog and his team, they discovered the cytokinin. What is the use of cytokinin first? So, what is the callus? Do you know what is the callus? Have we discussed that? What is callus? I think we discussed callus or tissue culture. Did we discuss that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So callus in tissue culture, we discussed that callus is the mass of undifferentiated, right? In the tissue culture, when we spray or when we give the mixture of auxin and zibberlin, cytokines. So whenever there is a mass of cell, we put some amount of auxin and cytokinin, then cell differentiation starts, right? And plant seedling formation takes place. So in the nutshell, it is responsible for cell differentiation in callous or undifferentiated mass of the cell, right? So first function, this is responsible for cell division, right? It is this one. It is responsible for cell division. It is responsible for cell elongation. It increases the length of the cell. In tissue culture, cell differentiation. Auxin plus cytokinin is responsible for morphogenesis. Morphogenesis is the formation of new organ in the callus. Please note it down. Auxin and cytokinin, auxin and cytokinin mixture, auxin and cytokinin mixture is responsible for auxin and cytokinin mixture is responsible for morphogenesis. Morphogenesis. That is the formation of new organ and cell differentiation. Cell differentiation. Full stop. The same mixture is used in seedling formation. Same mixture is used in seedling formation in the callus. Look, next thing is that it is responsible, it delay the senescence. Senescence, what is? Senescence is the death, right? So suppose that there are some plant, they have the leaves, and leaves do not stay for the longer time period, or the fruit do not stay for the longer time period in any particular tree. For sake of example, suppose that it's a time of the mango, right? So mango tree, now at this time the mango is ripening at very fast pace because of this climatic change, right? Because of this rather climatic, I would like to say it's the weather change, right? So because of this weather change, uh, the mango ripening is very hastened, very fast. So and you want to sell this mango for the longer time. So you can spray the this one cytokinin, and these mango will stay comparatively for the longer time, right? So that's how it delay the senescence, but it's death of the organs, right? It is responsible for overcoming of the seed dormancy. We have already discussed. Same thing with the zibberellin. It is resistant to the temperature. So suppose that the plant is in the high temperature, plant will start releasing its own mechanism, defense mechanism of the plant. Plant will uh, uh, plant will start releasing the cytokinin, and it will stay for the longer time. It induces the parthenocarpy. Parthenocarpy means formation of seedless plant, seedless fruit. So if you spray the cytokinin, they will help in the formation of uh, seedless fruit. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So this was cytokinin. Ethylene. It's very important. Ethylene is the only hormone which is found in the gases and plant and animal, including both. It stimulates the transverse growth. Transverse growth means lateral growth. So if what ethylene do, ethylene will not increase the height of the plant. Rather, it will increase the horizontal growth. That is the branches, the number of the branches, the growth of the branch will be more. Maximum synthesis occur during the ripening of the, because this is responsible for the ripening of it. I have one question. The question of Ames board question. You must have seen a raw guava. If you will take the raw guava I think it will be very hard for you to eat it because it's very hard. And every raw kind of the or unripe kind of the fruit is hard. Even the mango is very hard if it's unripe. Guava is very hard if it's unripe. But after ripening, they become very soft. Why? The ripened guava you can eat very easily. It's very soft. You can eat easily. Even kids eat easily. But unripe guava, even sometimes it's hard for adult to eat completely. So why? Why the fruit becomes softer at the ripening? Who will answer? Rabia Nash. Any idea?
Maybe because of the presence of moisture in the ripened fruits.
Maybe presence of
Moisture, like the water
moisture.
content.
Okay. What about you, Aisha? Any idea? Look, um, it's very important. That's why I'm listening. Suppose that, uh, suppose that it's a plant cell. It's a cell of guava. One cell of guava, and there are these are the another cell of. Take the example of these cells. These are the cells of unripe guava. In every plant cell, there is a cementing material between these cells, right? What is the name of that cementing material? Can you tell me? The name of that cementing material which adhere a cell, which bind a cell with another cell. What is the name of this cementing material? This is called middle lamella. Remember, this is called
Yes.
middle lamella. Middle lamella is a structure which is found outside of the cell wall, and it is responsible for holding a cell with another. Middle lamella is generally you can call it cementing material or cementing substance. This cementing material, middle lamella, what is the composition of? What is the chemical composition? The chemical or organic compound which make the middle lamella, that is also important. That's why I'm discussing each and every point. This middle lamella is made up of calcium pectate. Calcium pectate. Calcium pectate is hard substance, right? When the food is unripe, middle lamella will be present, and the calcium pectate will cementing material will present. It will make the food harder. When ethylene is released and ripening starts, at the ripening time period, the middle lamella get dissolved. The cementing material get dissolved. That's why food becomes softer at the time of the run. Please note. We will make this diagram. Please note down. At the time of ripening, at the time of ripening, middle lamella, at the time of ripening, middle lamella of the fruit cell, middle lamella of the fruit cell get dissolved, get dissolved. That's why fruit becomes softer. That's why fruit becomes softer after ripening. Now, what is the next function? Next function is the ripening of fruit. Is responsible for ripening of fruit. Hasten the senescence of leaves. What is senescence? Death, right? Leaf will fall faster. Please note it down. It hastens the senescence of leaf. It hastens the senescence of leaf. That is leaf will die. That is the leaf will die. Leaf will die faster. It breaks dormancy of seed, bud, etc. Next, it is responsible for elongation of rise. It increases the rise length. It is responsible for root initiation. That's why it is used in the stem cutting, right? Like roses. Please note it down. This question I've been asked. Ethylene is responsible for root initiation. Hence, important for stem cutting. Stem cuttings. It stimulates flowering in pineapple plant. This question I've been asked at least 4 times. Right? That which hormone is responsible for flowering in pineapple? So this question is very important. You have to know. Tell me, guys, if you have any question in ethylene.
So,
Yes.
for the ripening of fruit, is it acceptable for all the fruits, or are there any exceptions?
Which one? Like pineapple fruit. This one.
The ripening of the fruit.
Ripening. This one. This is universal truth. This one. This at the ripening of the fruit, calcium pectate get dissolved, and that's why it becomes softer. It's universal for every fruit.
Okay, so
So the next one, abscisic acid. Abscisic acid have multiple names. Right? It have multiple names. So look, abscisic acid is also known as the dormant. Right. First point, it is known as the stress hormone. So in short, we call it ABA, abscisic acid. And abscisic acid is also called dormant. Sometime in the option you will get ABA, sometime in the option you will get dormant. So you have not to confuse if they are the same. So first thing, this is the stress hormone. Why? It protects plant at the time of the scarcity of water. How does it protect? So why the plant die at high temperature or extreme sun? Can you tell me why the plant die at the extreme temperature or at the scarcity of water? Why? Any idea? Look, if the temperature will be high, the rate of transpiration will increase. Why? Because the purpose of transpiration, we have already discussed, the purpose of transpiration is to increase the loss of the water, so that the body temperature of the plant reduces and plant maintain its body temperature. Why? Because if the body temperature of the plant will increase, the cells will die because of stoppage of metabolic reaction. Means enzyme will break down. So at the time of summer, transpiration is very high. Because of the transpiration, the scarcity, and at the same thing that the scarcity of water is always there in the high temperature. Now, if water is less, then transpiration rate is high. Then what will happen? The water amount in the cell of the plant will reduce. And again, the plant will die because of the dehydration. Because in the absence of the water or in the scarcity of the water, the metabolic reactions of the plant will go down and plant will die. So what happened? At the time, plant try to withstand in these harsh conditions. So at the time of high temperature, plant start releasing abscisic acid. Abscisic acid close down the stomata of the plant. They reduces the rate of the transpiration, and that's how they protect plant at the high. Did you got my point? Aisha, is it okay? Hello, Aisha.
Yes.
Aisha is not responding. So please note it down. Note down this point, else you will forget. ABA is scarcity. ABA is a stress hormone. To make out the question, which is the stress hormone, which is called stress hormone in plant. ABA is a stress hormone as it protects plant as it protects plant from the scarcity of water. Full stop. ABA closes down stomata and reduces the rate of transpiration and reduces the rate of transpiration so that plant could withstand at high temperature. It is called dormant. Why? Because this is the hormone which is responsible for dormant. Basically, after the harvesting, why the seed do not grow immediately? Why the seed do not germinate immediately? Because this hormone is present in the seed. This is called dormant. It kept the seed sleeping, right? When this hormone will degenerate, then the germination will take place. So it is responsible for dormancy. That's why it is called dormant, right? Next thing, that it is responsible for abscission of flower and leaves. What is abscission? That is, what is abscission? Look. When the leaf get mature, right? When the leaf get mature and fruit get mature, what will happen? The point of connection, the point from which the leaf or the fruit is attached with the stem. So normally with the help of petiole, this petiole help the leaf to get attached with the stem. The same with the fruit, right? Between this, their formation of abscission layer formation will take place. What is the abscission layer? Abscission layer is a layer of dead tissue, right? So formation of a layer of dead tissue takes place between the stem and the leaf, or between the stem and the fruit. This layer is called abscission layer. Abscission layer formation takes place because of the ABA, abscisic acid, right? And that's why at the time of defoliation, at the time of fruit shedding, the abscission layer is formed because of abscisic acid. The increase of the abscess. If you will spray this abscisic acid in the any tree, all the leaves will fall after some time, like within a few hours. Is that clear? Tell me. Rabia and Aisha both.
Yes, sir.
Aisha, I'm not getting your response. Are you there? You can message me if you are unable to switch on the mic. It reduces the transpiration. That's why I told you. And great, great. So did you got all this point? It is responsible for flowering in strawberry. Please remember that. Okay, great. Right. So abscission layer clear, and go through with it and tell me if you have any doubt. Then we'll move ahead. Those points where I have focused more, those points where I have underlined or made the star, that is very important for you from the point of view of me. So here, look, go through with your question paper. In plant physiology, you will find number of the question. Which of the following is SDP? Which of the following is LDP? Xanthium is LDP, SDP, day neutral plant, none of above. That kind of the question. So you have to cram all those examples which are given in this piece. Every example. That thing you have. Because you will get the question in the form of the in the NEET examination in the form of the question. This example. Go through with your previous year question paper. You will find number of the questions from this video. So what is the photo period? Photo period is that duration for which life remains in the earth, right? So in the summer, the duration of the light is more. Sunrise takes place at 5:15. Sunset at 7:15, right? So that is the long duration of the sunlight, right? Long exposure. Days are longer. So we will those plants which will flower in those days will call LDP, long day. In winters, you will see that the sunrise will be the late. The sun will come out at the 6:30, 6:45. So that is sunrise time. Sunset easily and like at the 6 o'clock only. So the duration of exposure of the light reduces. We say that in winter the days are the shorter, and those plants which flower at the winter we call them short day plant or SDP. There are certain plants which do not require these heat. We call them day neutral, right? So the photo period is photo means light, period means duration, and is means impact. So photoperiodism means impact of duration of light. Very important, on which plant the photo period was discovered. This question I've been asking NEET exam. Garner and Allard were two people who discovered the photo period. Means who discovered that duration of the light is duration of the light is important for the flowering of the plant. He discovered this thing in tobacco plant. Tobacco plant, the name of that tobacco plant was Maryland mammoth. So basically the question was where the photo period was discovered. Photo period was discovered in the Maryland mammoth, the tobacco. You must have seen that, you must have read that tobacco plant, normally the tobacco plant, what is the name of normally tobacco plant? Tell me, what is the name of normally tobacco plant? Tavia? Nicotina tobacco. So basically the tobacco which is used as in cigarette, which is used in honey, used in cigars and all that, this is the Nicotina tobacco, right? This Marile and Mammoth is basically not commercial tobacco. It is not the tobacco which uses in society. Basically, this is the wild tobacco plant, right? Is that clear? SDP.
Yes, sir.
Short day plant are those plants, the flower which flower at the winter or autumn. Xanthium, chrysanthemum, dahlia, rice, sugarcane, strawberry, potato, tobacco. These are the SDP, short day plant. They will flower at the winter. Long day plant. They will flower at summer time period, right? At the summer time period when the days are the longer. So they are called LD. Henbane, wheat, oat, sugar beet. Look, sugar beet have already been asked, oat have been already asked, henbane I already asked, radish and barley. These are the long day plant, means these are the crops of the summer. So in a nutshell, you can say summer crops are the long day plant, winter crops are the SDP short day plant. Day neutral plant, which have nothing to do with the time period, right? So DNP or day neutral plant, they are the tomato, pepper, cucumber, pea, sunflower, maize, and cotton. You can grow them throughout the year. So here, nothing to understand. You need to cram it, right? Last but not the least, what is vernalization? Can you tell me what is the vernalization? Look, this is the process of breaking the dormant. Process of shortening plant. No. Process of breaking down the dormancy, right? Process of shortening the time period, the flowering time period of life. Suppose that there is a flower, there is a plant. You have sown that seed, and after 16 weeks, it will give you flower, right? Means after 16 days, week, the formation of seed and all stop. Means the cropping time period is longer. And I want to reduce it in the 6 weeks. I want this crop to flower only in 6 weeks. What I will do before sowing that plant, before putting those seed in the field, what I will do, I will treat them in the low temperature. I will keep them soak seed in the low temperature. The low temperature, I will give them temperature shock of 0 to 5 degrees centigrade. Right, 0 to 5 degrees centigrade temperature shock. Right, the time period of reproduction will reduce to this. Right, for example, right. So this is the process. You can write it down. Vernalization. Vernalization is the process. Vernalization is the process in which we give temperature shock 0 to 5 degrees centigrade.